We're now starting chapter 11, which is all about areas. We're going to start with this problem right here, which is the area of a parallelogram. And remember that the area of a parallelogram is equal to the base times the height. So there's two ways we could solve this, actually, because they give us a lot of information. If we look at PS as being the base, then the height would be from here all the way up to there. So anywhere we could draw it, where we draw the distance between the two parallel bases, this would give us 6 times 8, or 48 square units. We use square units because when we're dealing with area, it's how much is inside. So that's a two-dimensional space that has a length and a width to it. The other way that we could solve this is by looking at PQ as being a base. Now PQ and SR are parallel. Again, we're going to do base times height. The base here is 12. And the distance between the two bases is 4. So again, we should get the same answer either way. We get 48 square units. Okay. So again, base is 6, height is 8, or base is 12, height is 4. In either case, we would get 48 square units. Now we're going to do a couple more. We want to do perimeter first. Remember, perimeter just means adding up all the sides on the outside. So it's almost as if someone was walking around the outside, like a guard guarding the perimeter. So if we add all three of those, that gives us 10 plus 17 plus 21. That's 10, 20, 40, 48. So this would be 48 units, and again, this is a length, has one dimension, so that makes it just plain old units, but for area, as I said before, it's square units. The formula for area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. And we do half because it's like half of a rectangle or half of a parallelogram. Okay, so the base here is 21. Remember, the base and the height have to be perpendicular to each other, so the height here is 8. I'm just going to do half of 8, gives me 4 here, and my area is 84 square units. So it should be 48 and 84. Here's another one, another parallelogram. Remember, opposite sides are congruent, so this is 20 as well, and this is 30. If we want to find the perimeter, we can actually say 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. So in this case, it would be 2 times 30 is our length, and 2 times 20 is our width. That gives us 60 plus 40, or 100 units. For our area, this time it's a parallelogram, so it's base times height. And the base here is 30. The height is 17. And calculating that out, we would get 0, 1, carry the 2 is 510. So 510 square units. Good. And here's one more example, I believe. If you recognize what this is, it's a 5, 12, 13. So you could just write 12 there and say it's a 5, 12, 13 triangle as your work. If you didn't recognize that, you'd have to use Pythagorean theorem. And in that case, you would say 5 squared plus, we could call this x, I guess, x squared equals 13 squared. And you'd go through this whole process. So we get 25 plus x squared equals 169, subtracting 25 from both sides. We get x squared is equal to 144, square rooting both sides, x is equal to 12. Once we've done that, then we can find our perimeter. Again, just adding all three sides in this case, so it's 5 plus 12 plus 13 and that gets me 25 there, so altogether 30 units. And for the area, remember again, area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. And the base and the height are perpendicular to each other, so the base is 12, the height is 5, half of 12 is 6, so we get, this time, 30 square units. Okay? And I believe we're set. Thank you.